Right now, the priority, the value is that it's sacred, ancestral.
It brings up so much.
It's our sacred ancestral motherland, and we're talking about value, monetary value. The value is that it's our land, our sacred land. First, it was taken away from the Native Americans, then the Mexicans, and then the Mexican Americans. And we're talking about the value and assets.
And I've given this a lot of thought since we've been talking about the options. To me, the county owns the Palm School. The city has obviously possibly financing options available to them that are not available to us. But I think as two entities, we have the property and it has a certain value. They have perhaps some financing options available to them that they're not going to give to us. They don't want to give to us either. So I think that a partnership certainly is called for here. And we've done these ILAs before with the city on other issues. And we can come to the table with an asset of value. They can come to the table with assets of their own, and we can contract with each other to keep this property in public hands and maintain it. But each one would have their own duties, of course, in order to maintain this property in public hands.
Is to negotiate the sale, the transfer of the site to the city of Austin based on their demonstrated interest in the site under terms that we both would need to agree to. And third is really
My name is Gonzalo Barrientos. I am here as a private citizen, no organization, not lobbying, no pay, because I had some questions and you clarified a lot of them already, so I'll not filibuster. There was a press conference a week or 2 weeks ago. And press conferences are interesting in what they say, but also what they don't say. And what was not clear was whether Palm School was owned by the city of Austin. Now it's not. It's owned by you, the county and the people of this county. Now, needless to say that Palm School as a Mexican-American heritage site is absolutely needed. I can tell you very quickly, after having been born in Galveston and moving to Bastrop and being raised in the Cotton Fields of Central and West Texas, in the first grade in Bastrop, there were 3 schools. One for whites, one for blacks, and one for Mexicans. Not for Mexico, us here, me, in the first grade. There was a lawsuit called the Gallo versus Bastrop, which was led by Gustavo Garcia, a civil rights attorney from San Antonio, George I. Sanchez, famous professor at the University of Texas, and many others. And Judge, one of the lawyers that helped that effort and helped Attorney Garcia was your father, Bob Eckhart. So I thank you, your family, and those efforts by so many people that made a difference to millions of young people in this state. And so we continue. That history, that heritage should be kept as part of America, part of Texas. The question was that we settled the city does not own Palm. Some statements by individuals made it look like there was an effort by the county not to have Palm School as a Mexican-American heritage center. So who owns it is clear now. So as I understand it, especially Commissioner Gomez, this effort has been going on for months, if not years. So I feel very comfortable, and I know each one of you from 20, 30, 40 years maybe, and where your heart is in serving the people of Texas. So the court is not against preservation. What has been done to show that has been discussed here today, and put on paper. Another question that arises in the general public is, does this have anything to do with a new convention center and $1.2 billion figure that I've heard. Regardless, as I understand it, Judge, Commissioners, if you own it, or whoever you might sell it to, the deed restrictions, the deed covenants, will assure that that Palm School will be preserved. Am I correct?
Correct, they would
Am
apply
I
to
correct,
us.
Commissioner Trevilian? Commissioner Shea? Commissioner Gardner? Hey, way to go, guy. That's all I got. If you have any questions for me about how I learned English in the first grade, or anything else about those days, I'm here, and I will answer any brief questions because a lot of people want to speak.
No, 40 years. In 2018, CNBC ranked Austin number 13 on the list of cities with the highest number of jobs that pay $100,000 or more annually. In 2017, Giving City Austin reported that Austin was the least charitable of the largest 4 cities in Texas. Austin even ranked lower than Texas in general. Much of this wealth was generated on land forcibly appropriated from indigenous people and communities of color, and on the backs of low-income workers and workers of color that provided the hard labor on low wages that built this wealthy city, a city in which they cannot afford to live. Downtown Austin is a microcosm of decades-long trickle-down land development and economic policies. These policies have produced a downtown dominated primarily by affluent, high-income white people and high-end hotels, restaurants, and amenities that are inaccessible to low-income families and communities of color.